Hey guys! Welcome. My name is Julie, and I do yarn crafting here at Quirky Mama. Usually I'm on Friday mornings. I've missed the last couple weeks, so I'm sorry about that. I had the flu and then I was traveling, and January's just been a little bit crazy, and then tomorrow I've got another event I have to go to, so I didn't want to miss another week of crafting with you guys, so I'm hopping on Thursday afternoon instead. So today we're going to be doing, like I said, I do yarn crafting. I'm a knitter and a crocheter. Hi Kendra! As you guys are jumping on today, I'd love to hear where you're from. I'm in Dallas, Texas, and we're having kind of an up and down January with temperatures. It's been in the 70s, it's been in the 30s this morning, so I enjoy the little cold snaps because then it makes it more fun to play with my yarn when it's cold outside. So today, well, usually we do knitting and crochet videos, and so I've been doing learn how to knit and learn how to crochet, starting with just the basic stitches. Hi Michelle, hi Sherry, hi Sandra. So today, because I've missed a couple weeks, I thought we'd do something a little bit different, and we're just gonna do kind of just a yarn crafting video. We're gonna make a scarf today, but this is a scarf that doesn't require any supplies other than your hands and some yarn, and it's a fun way. If you ever knit or crocheted a scarf, you know they can take hours and hours. Hi in Asheville, hi from Canada. I was just very close to Canada. Last weekend I went to Detroit and we waved at Canada across the river. So hi everybody from Canada. I did not take my passport with me, and so we didn't actually get to go into Canada, but it was beautiful. It was lovely in Detroit. They were having some unseasonably warm weather in the 50s, which was great for a girl from Texas who doesn't really have proper winter clothes. Hi Wanda, hi Jackie, my scroll. Hi Stacy. So today we're going to be doing, I said, a fun little scarf project. Hi Sandy. That doesn't require any tools. So for this, all you need is some yarn, and I'm going to show you a couple different alterations. I don't know, some way to personalize this up a little bit. So we're going to be doing finger knitting, and I on my blog I show a couple different ways to do finger knitting. Hi Cheyenne. And so we're going to be doing one of the methods today, and then another week I'll show you another way to do finger knitting. Hi Andrea. So this is my finished scarf, and really it took like an hour, and it's great to do while you're watching TV or just hanging out, or it's a good traveling project to do like on an airplane or in the car. Hi from India. Hi Tim. So you don't, I mean really you're just gonna bring the yarn and use your fingers, and it's gonna be fun. So this is one method of finger knitting. I said I'll do another video that shows another method of finger knitting, and then I'll do another video as well where you can do finger crocheting. So much fun. So it's fun to mix things up every once in a while. You don't always have to do straight knitting or crocheting. Here, I'll show you. I just debuted a new pattern yesterday. I made these. You can tell it's a bunny rabbit. These fingerless gloves. So I'm just kind of giving a minute for everybody to jump on here. So that's his tail. So this is the bunny from the back side, and it looks, he's better if I kind of put him on. So we'll get to these. Like this uses, this is knitting, this is a purl stitch, this is knit stitch. There's cabling in here. This is a bobble. That's what that's called. His little tail. And then the other glove is the face of the bunny. So like there's his eyes and there's his little hands and he's looking at you with his long ears. Anyway, so there are so many fun things to do with knitting and crocheting. So if you've never thought about knitting, we haven't gotten to these in the videos I've done yet, but so much fun stuff that I can't wait to keep knitting with you guys. Today we're finger knitting. So I am using, okay, so this is my finished one. And it uses, it's like 4 skeins of yarn held together. So a thing of yarn is a skein of yarn, right? This is just like a medium weight yarn. You can use any yarn for this project, whatever strikes your mood. I'm going to use 3 different yarns held together. I've got 2 that are like a solid color, and then 1 that's kind of, I don't know, got things in it. I don't know the best way to describe that for you. It's not really in focus. Like that. Okay. So I'm going to hold those together because like this one, it's got different, you can kind of tell, it's got different strands of yarn. It's got some black, and then it's got this color yarn is called variegated because it changes color throughout the skein as opposed to this that's like a solid color. If you grab some yarn at the store that is like multicolored, it's probably a variegated skein of yarn. So that can be fun too, and add a punch of color to your finished thing. So we're gonna do these 3. They're kind of I don't know, beachy inspired, because I don't know, it's winter and I was at the store and I was like, oh, it's so soothing and relaxing and reminds me of the beach. And anyway, so those are the 3 colors I'm going to do together. So I always like to start, I'm going to untwist this and talk to you. When I do these videos, I always like to start like this and say hi and welcome and talk to you. And then I flip it around and do a close-up of my hands for the project. But that requires a moment where I have to flip the camera around. So, talk amongst yourselves, and I'm going to get this all switched around so you can see what we're doing. And in the meantime, you get a look at my ceiling here in my office. So, let me, there we go. Okay. Sorry, you're getting a leg of the tripod. So I'm doing this on a white, whoa, background, so it's easier. And I have noticed the last couple videos that what I see in my camera isn't always what you see. I don't know why, but it is. So I'm sorry if you're getting way more of the tripod legs or extraneous stuff around the edges. I'm trying to make it, at least in my camera, where it's sort of centered. Alright, so I've got my 3 things of yarn. So I want to pull out some strands from each of them to get started. And I'm going to do this on my left hand, so I'm actually going to take my ring off, just so it doesn't get caught in my yarn. Okay, so I've got 3 strands. You don't have to do 3 strands. I like the thickness that it gives. If you want to buy one, you know, real bulky yarn, whatever. This is a very, very flexible craft. So, finger knitting. You can do this on 2, 3, or 4 fingers, and it's going to give you a different thickness to your finished project. So I'm going to show you all the different ways. So we're going to start with 2. It's very similar in how you do all of these, just how many fingers you go around. Now, this is called finger knitting, but you'll see it's very much like finger weaving / knitting because we're weaving the yarn around our fingers to start. So, I say that. Okay, so we were going to go, it doesn't really matter, but we're going to go under this first finger, over this finger, and then back around, under, and over. Alright, so now it looks like there's 1 loop
on each finger, and I'm just holding the end with my thumb to get started. So, hi Wendy. So I'm holding the end here with my thumb, and I'm just weaving around my fingers. And this is the 2-finger finger knitting. All right. Now I want 2 loops on each finger, so I'm going to go again, under, over, under, over. Now I have 2 loops on each finger. I'm going to take the one on the bottom, lift it up, and over the one on top. Hi Elizabeth. Under, and goes over the top. All right, so this is 2-finger finger knitting. Now I need to repeat that. Under, over. Okay. Now once again, I have 2 loops on each finger. The bottom one comes up and over, and I can drop this now to the back. And then I'm going to repeat and keep weaving around my fingers. And then do this a few more times. You can see that this is how it looks. This is what we're making down the back side. So this is 2, and this is actually kind of the front. The part, this, that you'll see when you flip your hand over is like the back side-ish. If you flip it over, this is more the front side. This is what you're making. And it does have kind of these, looks like V-stitches that are similar to what you'd get in knitting, this shape right here. So you can just keep going and going and going. And that is 2-finger finger knitting. Now, it's kind of with 2 fingers, it's kind of loose. If you pull on it, it's a little bit, you know, for a scarf, I like it a little more bulky than what we're getting right there. So you could also do 3-finger. So you can just pull that out, and let's do it with 3 fingers. This is going to be very similar. I'm holding it with my thumb. I'm going under, over, but now I'm adding my 3rd finger under that, and then weaving back. Again, I have 1 loop on each finger. Thanks, Wanda. You know, this is great to do with kids as well. I mean, it's so simple, and it can make such fun results. And really any age can do this. It's great for fidgety, just different things. Okay, so over, under, over. So I'm just weaving the yarn and then pulling up and over. And again, once I've done that a couple times, I can drop that piece that my thumb was holding. And you can see, like, for the 3, it's easier for me not to have any jewelry on when I do this, so then it doesn't get caught in my yarn. But that's just a personal preference. So I want 2 on each finger, and then I pull 1 off. And then I can flip it over and see how we're going back here and kind of pull on this. And that's coming along. So let's do a few more. So I can just keep weaving. Thanks you guys for sharing. This is a great craft for anybody, all ages. There's lots of things that you can do with these finished strands of finger knitting. I'm going to show you the scarf. But they make fun, like, swag, ribbons. I've used, I've done this to wrap, like, gifts, all sorts of fun things. Hi, Chara. I'm going to show you, yeah, how to finish off in a second. So this is the 3-finger finger knitting, and I'm just weaving, right? Over, under, until I have 2 strands on each finger, and then I pull the bottom one up and over. and then I do another row. And you just keep repeating that. And our piece in the back keeps getting longer. I mean, look how quick that is. Right? Okay, so that's 3-finger, and you can see that's a little bit bulkier than when we did with 2 fingers. And you can still see finger knitting, so it has these V type stitches. Here, I'm going to pull this. So like this is just straight knitting. And you have these little V shapes. So the finger knitting is reminiscent of that shape, that look. Okay, so that's 3-finger. Now, oh, I had a pencil right here, guys. Oh, I moved it, or it rolled away. Okay, if you needed to take a break, you can slip the loops off your finger and store them on something like a pencil, right? That keeps all your loops safe. You can put it down, walk away from it. You need to come back, and you just slide them back on your fingers and keep going. So you're not trapped by the fact that it's on your hands. You can take a break, eat, you know, do the things that you need to do. All right, so that's 3 fingers. I mean, look how quick that was, really. When I say you can do this in an hour, this is really a yarn scarf you can make in an hour. All right, now pulling it out. And thanks, Debbie. Yeah, so this is a fun way to play with yarn. You only need your fingers, and you don't need any tools, and it's just kind of that one movement. And then we're switching it up. I'm showing you with 3 strands of yarn held together. You can do more than that. You can do less. Lori's a little concerned. You'll see, so this is my finished scarf. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. It's bulky when we're done, I promise. All right, so 4 fingers. Again, I am holding the yarn with my thumb to get it started. And I am weaving under, over, back, under, over. I've got 1 on each finger. Let's go back and do that again. Over, under, over. Okay. So now I've got 2 loops on each finger, and I can pull them up and over, just like the 2-finger and 3-finger method. This just makes it a little bigger. So, and I'll weave those. And keep going over, pull it over. Okay, I can kind of push that down. I've done a couple rounds now. I can just pull the back, my starting piece a little bit, and let that go. And then I can just keep weaving over, under, over. The bottom strands of yarn go over the top of each finger. Grab the right ones here. And then I repeat. And you can see this would be so easy. I brought yarn with me on my plane trip because I can do this anywhere. You can do it in the car, sitting on the couch. You know, I'm a knitter and a crocheter, so I have a yarn bag that comes with me pretty much everywhere. But you can take this with you anytime you have to go and sit and wait somewhere, appointments. I also take books, but sometimes for me a book is hard because there's stopping and starting and things, but this requires a little less concentration than reading a book in public. I can still talk to people, and I can make something. And I promise, if you're crafting in public, it will be a conversation starter. Anytime I knit or crochet in public, people always come and talk to me. So we keep weaving and doing our finger knitting. And thanks guys for sharing the video. If you've got anybody that loves yarn crafts or crafts for kids or anything. Okay, so you can tell this one is thicker. If you've been watching from the beginning, than when we were finger knitting over just 2 fingers or on 3 fingers. And again, here's that V shape that gives it that finger knitting name that looks similar to standard needle knitting with those V's. That's our knit stitch. So, keep going and going. Now, for let's talk about our scarf, shall we, for a second? That's what we're working towards. You're going to finger knit pretty much the whole skein of yarn. It needs to be really, really long. So, let's say I've been finger knitting and that skein's gone, okay? So I would slide this off. I'm going to come over here to another piece that I've already done. So I slide it off, and then I've got my loops that were on my fingers. And this, because I've been finger knitting to the very end of my skein, is the end of my yarn. I'm going to take that end, and I'm going to push it through all the loops. So through loop 1, loop 2, loop 3. Obviously you're going to have as many loops as you were doing for your finger knitting. So if you were doing this on 3 fingers, you'd have 3 loops, 2 fingers, 2 loops, 4 fingers with 4 loops. The video will be published from the beginning, so if you missed the beginning, you can come back later and watch it, and I'll also have it on my YouTube channel. So pull it through all the loops, pull it tight. If you want to, sometimes I'll go back and add another knot just to make sure that's really secure. And that's how you tie it off, right? Okay, so that's our sample piece right there. But, you know, we've been doing the whole skein of yarn. So, instead of that short piece, we've got this long piece that we did, right? Okay, then, this is it on here. So we'll go back to our demo piece. I'm going to take the 2 ends and knot them together so that I form a loop, right? This is an infinity scarf, so it's in a loop. So I would just tie those 2 together. And then I would take probably my crochet hook, but you can just do it with your fingers. And I would take the end and kind of weave it in through my finger knitting just to hide it. And I do that, just kind of tuck it through, right? You know what I will say, I have seen some finger knitting. I'm not going to be able to untie this. I saw a really cute necklace that somebody did just like this. They did finger knitting about this big and then put a necklace chain on it. I wore that as a necklace. It was so cute. I have a video with a knit bow necklace. So I love, you know, taking yarn and turning it into jewelry, wearing it in unexpected ways. So we might have to do that. That'd be a really cute necklace. Okay. On our full-size version, where I've knitted a whole skein of yarn, see there's part of my end that I wove through. This right here, I know it's dark. That's where I knotted the 2 ends together. Okay, I'm going to have this video on my YouTube channel when it's done, so you'll be able to go back and find it there. And the whole thing will be there. So the ends are tied together, and then I have this huge loopy thing, right? And then to wear it, I would, here, we're going to flip this around, and you can see how I'm wearing my scarf. So, I gotta turn the camera back around, so you gotta give me just a second. And here we go. Okay, so once you have finished, there we go. Once you've finished
with your scarf. I'm trying not to cut my head off, but I want you to see this. Here's my big finger knit thing. Alright, so I'm going to put it on, and then you can decide kind of how tight you want it, and I'm just going to loop it around my neck over and over and over and over. Oh, one more time. And obviously these aren't all going to be the same, you know, different lengths here. Okay, and there's my scarf, and that's it. That's all you had to do was that finger knitting. And you can get to the end. Now, I have, lean over here for a second, this cute leather cuff. Because once I've decided where I want this to hang, you can kind of take the whole thing off and on. So I have this DIY leather cuff. And I just snap it. But it's like, it's a leather bracelet cuff is what it is. I use it on my scarf. And it just kind of holds all my loops in place. So I can put the whole thing on and off, and it's how I like it. And it adds a fun little, you know, extra detail to the scarf. How simple is that? I promise you, my goal here is to make you see that yarn crafting, even when we're knitting or crocheting, it's easy. You can do it. We take it one bite at a time, one step at a time, and we're having lots of fun. So if you have any questions about this project, about the leather cuff, the DIY leather cuff, about knitting or crocheting in general, come visit me on my Facebook page. It's Julie Measures. You can also find my website, same thing, juliemeasures.com. I love knitting and crocheting. It's definitely a passion of mine. So I, you know, got to get everybody to like it with me. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. And enjoy your fun project. I know it's January and we're kind of, I guess, I mean, I feel like winter's, well, again, I'm in Texas. We're kind of on the tail end of winter. But I realize that really, like, according to the calendar, we're kind of right in the, yeah, more towards the beginning even of winter. We got lots of winter left. So make yourself some scarves. There's still lots of cold weather to come. This one you can make in an hour. Lots of, you know, we did, so this one, if you go to my website, it's kind of this actually bright pink color. But, you know, this matches kind of what I'm having on today, which is why I picked this sweater today, because it matched this scarf. But, you know, I mean, that's a totally different colorway. There's lots of color options. Personalize it. One of the things I love about knitting and crocheting is that I can make scarves to match all of my outfits. And hats to match all of the things, and gloves. So, sorry, Kate, my website and Facebook is Julie, it's me, Julie, hi, and then Measures. So the website is just juliemeasures.com. Most of the social media is just Julie Measure without the S, because that's what was available. So you can find me there, and then you can, if you go to my website, it has links to all of my Facebook and Twitter and everything. This video will be here. You can find it at Quirky Mama. You'll also be able to find it in a few minutes over on my YouTube channel too. So let me know if you have any questions. And like I said, I'm usually on Friday mornings. I said at the beginning, I've been sick. This week I have an event. I've been out of town. It just hasn't worked out. But hopefully next week, next Friday, I'll be on 10 Central Time, Friday morning. And then always the videos are posted on YouTube later. So let me know if you have any questions. And thanks for hanging out and crafting with me today. And have a great rest of your week. Bye, guys.